Hey, so this week we are talking about and discussing the types of client software that allows us to get access to the servers. And the two types include the thick client and the thin client. And I'm going to kind of be looking at this scenario through the eyes of like a healthcare system and specifically, what's going to be best for a hospital or a clinic. So when looking at the two differences, the thick client kind of functions independent of the server. So storing and retrieving data, processing programs and apps is all kind of done through a virtual network, specifically in a lot of cases as cloud computing. The thin client, though, is dependent of the server for accessing all this data in the programs and things like that. So it's going to be very dependent on all the hardware connections and the personal computers and printers have to be physically connected to the server. So specifically with the thin client, like I said, it's going to be very stationary, but with the thick client, it is going to be more portable. And I think looking at it for a hospital, having that portability is going to be a major benefit because the doctors and the nurses can move throughout the hospital and still access information. So some benefits of the thick client, which I think is going to be best for the hospital, is that you don't need these super high performing servers. You're not constantly updating these servers to get this information. It's a lot less costly for the hospital because you're not buying and installing and maintaining this server. You easily can update cloud information and do that pretty cheaply and pretty easily. But one downfall of the client is you're having to get devices that can connect to the cloud. So that's, you're buying a lot of iPads and iPods and, things like that, tablets that your doctors and nurses and administrators can use to get onto the server. Another disadvantage of the thick client is that these devices and things like that can be easily stolen. So a lot of this information, patient information can easily get hacked. So the security is not quite as high. So that's one benefit of the thin client is that the information might be more secure. But overall, I think the thick client with the proper security clearances and password systems, I think is going to be the best for a lot of healthcare companies and a lot of hospitals and things like that. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.